Funerals are not endings, they are celebrations of return. When someone dies, the community gathers not in silence, but in song, dance, and color. 11 ways life in Burkina Faso is unlike anywhere else. Please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Let's proceed. Number 11. In Burkina Faso, the concept of time moves differently, not in a lazy or disorganized way, but in a rhythm that honors human connection over rigid schedules. While cities like Ouagadougou may follow clocks for business and transport, in rural villages, meetings begin when people arrive, not when the minute hand hits 12. This isn't inefficiency, it's a cultural philosophy. Life here is built around relationships, not deadlines. If a neighbor needs help harvesting millet, no one checks their watch. The day unfolds as it should, shaped by sunlight, seasons, and shared responsibility. This relaxed sense of time creates a deep social fabric where no one feels rushed out of a conversation. Visitors often notice this immediately. A greeting isn't a quick hello, but a full ritual involving questions about family, health, and recent rains. In a world obsessed with productivity, Burkina Faso quietly teaches that presence matters more than punctuality. Number 10. One of the most unique traditions in Burkina Faso is the use of griot storytellers, oral historians who carry centuries of knowledge through song, poetry, and spoken word. These aren't performers for entertainment, they are living libraries. In villages across the country, especially among the Mossi, Fulani, and Bobo people, griots preserve genealogies, recount battles, and pass down moral lessons. A single griot might know the lineage of an entire village going back 10 generations. They are also mediators, using stories to resolve disputes or remind leaders of their duties. Unlike written history, which can be forgotten on a shelf, oral history is alive, evolving with each telling. Children grow up hearing these tales under moonlight, learning not just facts, but values, courage, humility, justice. In a country with low literacy rates in some areas, the griot ensures that no story is lost. This tradition is so vital that many families still formally adopt a griot to safeguard their legacy. Number 9. In Burkina Faso, a handshake isn't just a greeting, it's a language of its own. Across ethnic groups, people don't just shake hands once and let go. Instead, they engage in a series of finger snaps, tugs, and flicks after the initial clasp, each variation carrying meaning. Among the Mossi, snapping the middle finger twice after a handshake signals respect. Among the Lobi, a quick tug upward means "I'm happy to see you." These gestures are learned in childhood and vary by region, making them a subtle code of belonging. In markets and village meetings, you'll see men and women exchanging these intricate handshakes like secret handshakes among friends. It's a gesture that says, "I recognize you, I see your history, we are connected." In a country with over 60 ethnic groups, these small acts of recognition help maintain unity without erasing diversity. It's a reminder that even the simplest touch can carry deep meaning. Number 8. Burkina Faso is one of the few countries in the world where traditional mud architecture isn't just preserved, it's perfected. In the village of Tiabele, the Kasena people built entire compounds from hand-molded earth, decorated with intricate geometric patterns painted in natural pigments. These homes aren't temporary or primitive. They're designed to last decades, with thick walls that keep interiors cool in the scorching heat. Women are the primary artists and builders, passing down designs from mother to daughter. Each symbol painted on the walls has meaning. Zigzags represent rain, circles stand for unity, and diamonds symbolize fertility. These compounds are more than houses, they're spiritual spaces, with courtyards used for ceremonies, births, and ancestral offerings. When rain comes, the community repairs the walls together, singing as they work. This tradition is so unique that Tiabele is now a protected cultural site. In a world rushing towards steel and glass, Burkina Faso shows that beauty and wisdom can rise from the soil beneath our feet. Number 7. Music in Burkina Faso isn't just background noise, it's a force of life, woven into every major event. The balafon, a wooden xylophone with gourd resonators, is one of the oldest instruments in West Africa, and here it still pulses at the heart of celebrations. But what makes Burkina's music culture truly distinct is the FESPACO Film Festival, held every 2 years in Ouagadougou. It's the largest African film festival on the continent, drawing filmmakers, actors, and audiences from across Africa and beyond. For 2 weeks, the city transforms into a vibrant hub of storytelling, where African voices dominate the screen. Streets fill with debates about identity, justice, and love. Local vendors sell tow and grilled meat, while documentaries play under the stars. FESPACO began in 1969 as a small gathering, but has grown into a powerful platform for African self-expression. In a world where African stories are often told by outsiders, Burkina Faso insists on telling its own. This festival isn't just entertainment, it's resistance, pride, and hope in motion. Number 6. In Burkina Faso, water is not taken for granted. In rural areas, women and children often walk miles each day to fetch it from wells or seasonal rivers. But what's remarkable is how communities manage this scarcity with fairness and wisdom. Many villages operate under a traditional water-sharing system called daba, where elders allocate access based on need, not wealth. A farmer with 3 fields doesn't get more water than a mother with 5 children. Disputes are settled through dialogue, not conflict. In times of drought, communities come together to dig deeper wells or restore ancient catchment basins. This collective approach has prevented water wars even during the worst dry seasons. In contrast to places where water is commodified, in Burkina Faso it's seen as a shared gift from the earth. The word for water in Moor, the most widely spoken local language, is yiri, and it carries a sacred weight. When someone offers you water, it's not just refreshment, it's an act of trust and generosity. Number 5. Burkina Faso is one of the world's leading producers of shea butter, but not in the way global markets might assume. Most shea butter here is made by women, using methods unchanged for generations. Women collect the nuts from wild shea trees, roast them over open fires, grind them by hand, and extract the butter through careful kneading and boiling. This labor-intensive process can take days. Yet, despite producing up to 50% of the world's shea butter, Burkinabe women often earn less than $1 a day from it. In recent years, however, women's cooperatives have begun reclaiming power. By forming collectives, they now process and export shea butter themselves, cutting out middlemen. Some groups even brand their products as women-powered and sell directly to international buyers. This shift isn't just economic, it's deeply symbolic. Shea butter, long associated with beauty and healing, is now a symbol of female resilience. For many women, owning their craft means owning their futures. In a country where gender inequality persists, this quiet revolution is changing lives one jar at a time. Number 3. Education in Burkina Faso faces immense challenges. Only about 30% of children complete secondary school, but where classrooms are lacking, community learning thrives. In villages without formal schools, children are taught through apprenticeships. A boy might learn farming by working alongside his uncle, learning not just how to plant millet, but when to plant it based on bird migrations and wind patterns. A girl learns pottery by shaping clay with her mother, absorbing stories about ancestral spirits with every stroke. This informal education is rich and practical, rooted in observation and experience. Even in cities, many families blend formal schooling with traditional learning. A student might study math in the morning and spend the afternoon learning drumming or herbal medicine from a grandparent. This dual system ensures that knowledge isn't confined to textbooks. It's not perfect. Many children still lack access to basic education, but it reflects a deep belief that wisdom comes from many sources and learning never stops. Number 3. Burkina Faso is one of the few countries in the world where a revolution was led not by soldiers or politicians, but by a philosopher. In 1983, Thomas Sankara, a young army captain with a deep love for justice, rose to power and transformed the nation in just 4 years. He changed the country's name from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, meaning land of upright people. He banned corruption, sold off government luxury cars, and required officials to fly economy class. He launched mass vaccination campaigns, planted millions of trees to fight desertification, and promoted women's rights by appointing them to high office and outlawing forced marriage. He even encouraged men to share household chores. Sankara didn't just govern, he inspired. He spoke of dignity, self-reliance, and African pride with a fire that still echoes today. Though he was assassinated in 1987, his legacy lives on. Street artists paint his face on walls, young people quote his speeches. His vision that a poor country could be proud, independent, and just remains a beacon not just for Burkina Faso, but for the entire continent. Number 2. In Burkina Faso, funerals are not endings. They are celebrations of return. When someone dies, the community gathers, not in silence, but in song, dance, and color. The body is washed and dressed by family, then placed in a coffin decorated with the person's favorite clothes and objects. In many ethnic groups, masks are worn during the ceremony to represent ancestral spirits welcoming the soul. The Masi people believe the dead continue to guide the living, so offerings of food and drink are made at the gravesite for months after burial. What's most striking is the length of mourning. It can last a year or more, culminating in a final ceremony called dipile, where the spirit is formally released to the afterlife. This isn't about clinging to the past, it's about honoring the journey. Grief is not hidden, it's shared, transformed into music, and woven into the community's memory. In a world that often rushes past loss, Burkina Faso teaches that mourning is a sacred act of love. The most profound truth about life in Burkina Faso is this: despite being one of the poorest countries in the world, it has one of the highest levels of social trust. Strangers open their homes to travelers. Neighbors share their last meal without hesitation. In villages, doors are rarely locked. This isn't naivete, it's a deep cultural belief that people are inherently good and that community is survival. During times of crisis, like droughts or attacks by armed groups, people don't flee inward, they come together. Food is pooled, children are protected collectively, and decisions are made by consensus. In a global era marked by isolation and fear, Burkina Faso stands as a quiet testament to the power of human connection. Poverty may limit resources, but it cannot diminish generosity. Here, wealth is measured not in money, but in relationships. And in that, Burkina Faso may be one of the richest places on earth.